Hey guys, Andrew from Model Flight here, and welcome back for another weekly update video. We've had some really cool stock arrive this week, including this beautiful K&N Torment from ECX. Let's get into it and check out what we have to show you. So guys, the first product we're going to have a look at today is the K&N Torment from ECX. Now we have had this in previously. It was really popular, sold out almost instantly the first time around. So we do have them back in stock. Now, as I guess was highlighted in the name, the K&N Torment, it is K&N licensed officially, so it has a beautiful colour scheme and a sticker setup on this car. Before we take the body shell off and have a look at the electronics included with this, I would like to point out a neat feature with the Spectrum radio that does come with this car. This car is good for beginners all the way to advanced users who have used an RC car before. If you are purchasing it though for a child who's maybe it's their first RC car, you can use the throttle limiter switch on the radio. What this will do is it gives you three settings, 50, 75 and 100%. This will actually limit the overall throttle of the car, so you can reduce the top speed by half, therefore saving crashes and damage to the car for someone who's maybe new to driving RC cars and doesn't have as much experience. So while they're learning, you can slow it down for them. Now that we have the cover off of the car, we can have a quick look at the electronic setup in this car. So it is a brushed motor and ESC combination, both dynamite. Now the ESC is capable of running lithium polymer and nickel metal hydride batteries. Neat feature is the car does actually come with a LiPo pack, so you will get a LiPo battery and a LiPo compatible charger. If you do wish to run nickel metal hydride, this little plug here, you just need to change that over to suit the corresponding battery in the car. It does come with a Spectrum waterproof servo and a nice little case up the front to house your receiver. Overall, really nice car. Standard ECX design, so nice and simple, nice and durable, really good for the beginners all the way through to the advanced. Moving forward, we will be stocking the whole range of OS engines from surface to air, and today I've picked out two of the very popular buggy engines from OS. These are both high-end race spec engines. So the B20102 is the latest engine offering from OS for their surface line for 8-scale buggies. So it has a few market-leading design features on it. The DLC-coated crank is an OS standard on their high-end engines, makes the crankshafts last significantly longer than if they weren't coated, as well as extending the conrod life. Also, probably the most noticeable feature when looking at the engine is the lower CFG head. So OS have managed to maintain a very similar surface area to the standard heads found on most conventional engines with this lower head, but they've lowered the actual head by three cooling fins. So what this is doing is lowering the center of gravity of the car ultimately and giving a car in a condition where you would have a lot of chassis roll, so say a high grip, high speed track, making the car easier to drive and ultimately giving you a bit more drivability. Speaking of drivability, the power delivery of this engine, so it has a redesigned carburetor and crankshaft. What these are going to give you is a smooth and linear power band, which is obviously important for putting the power down consistently lap to lap and being something that a driver can extract the most performance out of. This engine comes in two versions. We do have it as engine only, like you see here, or you can get it in a combo pack with a pipe. So we do recommend the OS 2090 pipe and header combination for this motor to extract the most power out of it. So whichever way you would like to purchase it, whether it be in the combo or as a standalone, you can go ahead and do so. The Spec 3 has a bit more of a conventional head design and also a different carburetor and crankshaft. So this engine's going to have a little bit more horsepower, so probably better for the truggy applications where you require a bit more power. Also if you require slightly more horsepower and a bit more of a harsher delivery on a certain track condition over the 2102. So obviously not getting that benefit of the lower cooling head, the standard cooling head on this engine. This engine does come in a combo or as a standalone as well, so the OS 2060 pipe is going to come with this, and this is the recommended pipe for this engine. Or if you already have the pipe, you can purchase it as an engine-only combination. So a couple of really cool engines from OS. These are the top-of-the-line race spec motors, so obviously OS quality and reliability and tunability are paramount. So these engines are easy to break in, really simple to tune. You're not going to be chasing tune all day long. So. Hitec servos are synonymous with quality, and the 9000 line is no different. Recently we have received a large quantity of Hitec servos across the air and surface range, so pretty much any Hitec servo that you would need we're going to have. So here we have three of the 9000 line surface servos from Hitec. So we have the 9360, the 9370 and the 9380. The 9360 is our ultra speed version, the 9370 is a multi-purpose servo, and the 9380 is a high torque servo. So the 9360 has the fastest speed, the lowest torque, the multi-purpose is in the middle, and the high torque obviously has the highest torque output at the lowest transit time. Now when we're talking lowest transit time, we're only talking 0.14 of a second at 7.5 volts, so they still are quite a fast servo, but certainly provide a lot of torque, which is needed for truggy applications. So RC car applications where you have high speed and high load situations, the 9380 is going to fit the bill, all the way down to the 9360, which you could use in 10 scale, which is a little bit less load, a little bit less weight, and you can get that ultra fast steering response with the higher speed. A neat feature about these servos is the regenerative braking circuit. So efficiency is something that in 8-scale gas racing, where we have hour finals, is obviously something that's quite important. Now, these servos, not only do they draw a lot less current whilst under sustained load than a lot of the major competitors on the market, they also have a regenerative braking circuit, which means that when the servo is returning to its center point, it's actually putting current back into the battery. So after an hour final, we've seen people recharging the battery up and putting back in sort of 250 to 300 milliamps after an hour of racing is not uncommon with these servos. Compare that to other competitors in the market, and they're putting in sort of 3 or 4 times that amount. So the efficiency and the draw, therefore, on the servo is quite low. So that is a really nice feature of these servos. They also are programmable. With a 12-bit digital circuit, you can set up things using an interface. So some of the things that you can do is the fail-safe on and off position, obviously the direction of the servo, your endpoint, you can slow down the speed if you wish, deadband and soft start. So we do have a lot of features that some of those you can do within your radio, but other features you're not able to do within your radio. So you're able to actually set them up within the servo using an interface. Thanks for joining us again today, guys, for another weekly update video. I hope you've enjoyed the stock that we've had a chance to show you, including the brand new K&N Torment, also the Hitec servos and a couple of OS engines. If you do have any interest in any of the Hitec line, whether that be air or surface, and the OS line, whether that be air or surface, please head to our website, check it out. We have the full range of both OS engines and Hitec servos, and also radio gear, so receivers and transmitters, both surface and air. Thanks for joining us again today, guys. I'm Andrew from Model Flight.